Everyone, one more day and one more topic, which is the images. Today we are going to talk about images in HTML. We're going to talk about the path and the location and the nature of image and the tag. Anyway, image like in HTML, we're talking about, when you talk about image, let me go back again with the screen here. Just, it was going so fast. So I'm going that's an image of a cat. This is an image of, oh, oops, why is going, I just slow it down. Okay, take it easy. Okay, here you go. We have image of a flower, image of a cat, image of an apple. How you display this on your web browser and what kind of tags. Basically, the image tag or the image element has a single tag. Remember, we talked about single tag and double tag. The double tag is that the one has open and close, and the single tag doesn't have any close. So the image element only, it's a single tag. It doesn't have any close. Again, what does that mean? If you look at the representation of what you see on the screen right now, it's going to be represented in HTML in that way. So the image tag or the image element is written that way. You put the IMG, that stands for the beginning of the image element, and every image element has two non-optional attribute: the source and the alt. The source is it says src here. Then you put the name of the image between double quotes, or the path of the image, or the location. We're going to talk about that in a minute. The alt is the description of the image. What kind of image is this? Some browser does require to have an alt tag. Most of the browser, you need to have an alt tag. Some browser you don't have to have an alt tag, but it's very much recommended to have an alt tag even if you leave it blank. It doesn't matter. The reason we have an alt tag is to describe what kind of image was this, the description of an image, just in case if you have a problem with the image not appearing, is not supporting, the format is not there, the system is down. We'll talk about this in detail. But again, the tag, again, it looks like this. Maybe this picture is kind of clear. You can see here, here is the body tag, the open and the close body tag, and here is the HTML open. And in the body, we have an image element with the source attribute, the name of the name of the picture or the image, and the alt description. It should look like this. Now let's go and implement that in our browser. So I'm going to go here to our editor, the Visual VS Code, and within the body here, we are going to put an image tag. So let's see, I'm going to put the image tag here, IMG, and I hit the enter key. Then I put the src, and also I'm going to put the, after the src, I'm going to put the alt. Alt stands for alternate, just in case if the image is not appear. If the image appears, the alt was not going to do anything for you. But if the image is not there, so the alt will describe what kind of image is this. Okay, so now here you go. Yeah, then so that's how it should look like. Now let's put an image. I downloaded some images. One of them look like this. Okay, is that one? Let me show it to you. It's going to look like this, but again, let me close it here. We want this to appear on the browser. So over here in the source attribute, you need to mention the name of the image under one condition: if the image is in the same folder as the index.html. And this should be a good practice. Keep all the images you want to show on your browser in the same folder. You still can have it in a different folder, but you need to mention the whole path. You can have it on from online. You need to mention in the source the URL. So now let's go over one at a time. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna put the source, the sport. This image is named sports1.jpg. So I'm gonna go over here, and then as soon as I start typing, it gives you the name of the image. So I can just like put the name of the image. Now I'm going to save, and I'm going to reload the page here on the right side. You look at the browser, what's going to happen when I reload. Reload, now the image is there. You notice here again, it's a single tag. It doesn't have a closing tag, and it has 2 attributes. Now let's put in the alt, something here in the alt. And let's say I'm going to say logo. I'm going to describe the image. Maybe this is my website logo. Now I'm going to save that. If you notice here, when I download, when I reload the image, nothing happened. Why nothing happened? Because the image is okay. It's appearing nice, and the path is okay, and everything is okay. The alt will appear in case of we have an error. So let's do an error here. So I'm gonna remove like a portion of the name, like instead of sports1.jpg, I'm gonna remove the 1. Then I'm gonna save. And notice here, as soon as I reload, what's going to happen? So the image is no longer there because there is no image by the name sports.jpg. It has to be sports1. But notice the alt here is taking over, is showing instead of the image. And this is what I'm talking about. The alt is very much recommended to have it all the time, just in case if you misspell the image name, or the path is not right, or even the system is down. Anything happen, any error, so the alt will appear. But anyway, let's put back the name of the image. Okay, I'm gonna put back the name of the image, the rice now, and I will reload the page. Oops, I didn't. Oh, maybe I didn't save. Okay, save and then reload the page. Oh, what happened? Oh, I still misspelled it. What is this S? Okay, now sports1. It should appear now when I reload the page. Okay. Also, there is another thing. There is another thing. Tag. Another attribute I can use is title. The title attribute. The title attribute. It's not an image attribute. It's not an image element attribute. This is a global. You can use it with paragraph. So let's put something here. Let's say this. Oops, what I keep misspelling. This is an. Wait a minute. This is an image of a soccer ball. Now, and I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go here and reload the page. I'm going to move the mouse over the image. See what happened here? It says this is an image of the soccer. Whatever you wrote in the title, it appears every time you move the mouse over the image. So this is, and again, by the way, this is not only for the image. This is a global. I can just let's have here an h1 tag. I'm going to say h1. I'm going to put an h1 tag or a paragraph tag. Let's put a paragraph tag. And in the paragraph tag, I'm going to say here hello world. Then I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to reload the page. And here you notice here when I move the mouse over the image, it's going to say the title. This is an image of a soccer ball. But when I move the mouse over hello world, nothing will happen because it doesn't have any title. So you can add a title here. I'm going to put the title equal, and I'm saying hello. Anything, just I'm typing anything, hello. Now, when I save and I go and reload my page, as soon as I move the mouse over the image, it's still going to say this is an image of a soccer ball. And also when I move the mouse over the hello world, it says hello. So the title is a global. It's a global attribute for the paragraph, for the h1, for the image, but anyway, let me remove it. But the one the other attributes that you have, that non-optional attribute, are the source and the alt. This belong only to the image tag. So let me remove this, and there is no need to for that. I just want to let you know that is a global. Okay, let's reload here. So now we have the image. One thing is very important to know that the image has to be in the same folder as the index.html. Let's do something here. I'm gonna move it. Let's go. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take that image, move it in a folder. I created a folder called images. You notice here there is a folder called images. It's a blind. Let me show it on the desktop. Let me show this on the desktop. So I'm gonna go to the desktop and I go to my front end. Here is the front end and it has an images folder here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the image folder. I'm gonna move that sports1.jpg in the image folder, inside the image folder. Okay, well, wait a minute, why it's not moving? Now it should be there. Now it's there. Now when I go back and I reload the page again, see what's gonna happen to the image. It's gonna disappear. See what's gonna happen. See, it's disappear and the alt now appear. Why? Because you are giving the wrong path. If you want the image to appear, you need to specify the whole path. Now this is inside the image folder, the images folder, and then you put the name of the separated by. So let me delete this. For the image to appear, you put the name of the folder, you put the whole path, and then you put the name of the file, which is sports. So you notice here now images / sports1.jpg. Now when I save and reload the page, it should appear. Now, so it's so important to understand that you have to, in the source, you have to put the exact path. And it's very much recommended to have all the images and everything you want to appear on your website. You have it in the same folder as the index.html, but still you can do it that way. Or let's say you have an image online. You want to go to an online image. So let's go online. Let's go on the. I'm gonna go over here. And then let me have the big here image, then go to images, and I'm gonna search for maybe let's have nature or mountains. Mountains images, and then I click here, then I search for mountain images. Here's some mountain. Let's say I'm gonna go to one of these mountains image, and I'm gonna right click on the mountain image, then I say copy image address, copy image address. Then let me close this, or let me just put it on the side as you go back to our document here. I wanna go back to my document, and where is the document? Where is the document? Oh, probably, let me close this. And this close. I'll go to my Visual Studio document. Where is this? It's right there. Okay. Now, what I want to do now, instead of this, I'm going to put the long URL that I just copied. See how long it is? Now, if I go and see, let me save, and let me go and minimize this so I can see both at the same time. I'm using Mac, so that's why. Okay, so now see what's gonna happen as I reload. When I reload the page, see now you can see the image that you have from online. So you can specify a URL, but see how long it is. It's very long. You need to specify a URL. And as I said, as mentioned before, it's very much recommended. Any image you want to show on your website, download it from anywhere, any website, go online and download it. And it's a good practice to keep it where your where your index.html file is there. So now let's go back and move this in the same folder. I'll move it here, and then I'll go back to my code and remove this whole thing. That's very long. There is no need for that. Oh wow. I will remove that. Blah 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 blah. Wow, that's very long, man. Okay. And then I'll put back my document. Oh, I missed the alt. Okay, let me put back my document here, which is the sports. You notice as soon as I hit the SP, so you have the name appears because it's no longer in a folder. I moved it and I save and reload again, going back. So now the thing that I want you to know, it's so important to know that the image element is a single tag, and you have to have two attributes, the source and the alt. You can show your image by having the image in the same folder or in different folder, and it's very good practice to have it in the same folder that the index.html file is there. Otherwise, you have to mention the whole path. Okay. One thing also I want you to know that there's some other attributes like the width. I can put width. You can control how wide is the image. So let's say the width here, I'm going to put 600. Or let's say that's too big. Let's put 500. Then I save and I reload. See, it's big. We're going to do this with the CSS, but just in case some people want to do it in the HTML, you can put a height as well. You can specify height. So I can put the height. And I put the height 300. But let me warn you, if you put the width and the height, see, let me show you what's going to happen first. Let me save and then reload. See, you might lose the quality of the image. It's kind of squeezed. Let me make it more than 300 so you guys can notice that. So I will save and see what's going to happen to the image. See now, so you are losing the quality of the image. So it's better to specify either the width or the height, because every time you specify one of the two attributes, the other one will proportionally adjust itself. But if you mention both, that is, you're going to lose the quality. But anyway, we're not going to do this anyway with HTML. Most of the time, we're going to do this with CSS. So, but I just want to let you know that you can do it with HTML. Another thing you can mention, you can say a border. You can have a border around the image, which is no longer supported by HTML5. And you'll notice now it's going to turn to red border. It used to be supported by HTML4. So border, let's say I'm going to put 10 pics as a border. I will save. You're gonna have a border around the image when I reload the. See here, we have a border around the image, and we're gonna do this also with CSS, so you don't have to worry about doing that with HTML. But again, you need to know you can do it, but it's not supported the border. But there is so many things you can do with the HTML document. But it's not recommended to do it like the width and the height and the border and the color and the background. We'll do all of that when we start using CSS. One last thing I want you to know that this image is an inline element. The image is an inline element. You remember we talked about two different types, in block. The block elements and the inline element. So the block will take the whole width of the browser, but the inline will. So let's say I'm going to put another image. Let me copy this line. So now two different lines with the same two images. So I'm going to save. See what's going to happen when I reload. You're going to have another image next to it because it's an inline. You can have so many images in the same line. So this is another thing. So again, I'm almost done with this image lesson, but all I want you to know that the image has to be in the same folder as the index.html, and if not, you have to mention the whole path, and it has two non-optional attributes, the source and the alt. That's enough for this lesson, and I will see you guys next time or tomorrow.